Hello, back again to do another unboxing and review. Continuing with my Beyblade Burst series, here's yet another top. But this top is an upgraded version of one of my favorites, the Doomscizor. So, this is the Doomscizor D2. Now, let's go ahead and check out the spec sheet on the back real quick. And I've also happen to have my spec sheet from the regular Doomscizor. And we're going to look at both tops, but we'll start off here by looking at the specs. Okay, so as you can see here, it might strike you right away that these spec sheets look very similar. I'll tell you right now that the D2, or the upgrade version, is a +1 top. So meaning if you add up all its little skill points, it has a total of 1 more than the regular. But that being said, we've had that case before with other tops where they have, a +1, but their spec sheets look noticeably different. But hey, as we can see here, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so just a quick look at it before I open it up. Alright, so before we get to the upgraded version, the D2, I thought we should start looking at the regular Doomscizor. So here it is, put together. And I'll go ahead and open it up so we can see its component parts, starting with the energy layer. Alright. The forge disc, and probably the most unique thing of the regular Doomscizor, is it's an oval, it's an ellipse, versus the normal circle, or some kind of theme on a circle. This stands out. Alright. And then, of course, the performance tip. Pretty standard tip. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the Doomscizor D2. Energy layer. Forge disc. And performance tip. Okay, so now let's go ahead and compare the two. We'll start with the energy layer. We'll see if one's bigger than the other. Yeah, okay, they're about the same size. But what else do we notice here? Well, the original had, I would say, subtle hooks. They don't stick out a lot, but they are there. Yeah, but they're not very pronounced. And then from a side profile, you can see that they don't really raise up. They stay at about the same height. Okay, now if we look at the D2, the hooks become, noticeably more pronounced. I mean, I can actually get my finger in there. And then this one's also not only pronounced, but it's a different color. Yeah. So, okay. So the hooks are obviously more pronounced. And also, if you look at it from a side profile, especially this main themed one here with the silver color, you can see they're very much ramped. So, you can see it goes up. And these other ones aren't, they are slightly ramped, but nothing compared to these two that are painted in silver here. Okay, and let's look at the reinforcing on the bottom, or yeah, I'd say they're not too different on that aspect. Alright, next let's go to the forge disc, and these two couldn't be much different if they tried. Here we have round and, not circular and ellipse, but still it's a round deal, and you can see that it's smooth. And this one is, square and jagged. So, yeah, this is more. Initially, when I saw the Doomscizor D2, I picked it up thinking there was going to be some really crazy oval, like maybe it's going to be an oval but even wider or something. Instead, it's gone a whole different route. So, this is interesting because as we saw with the specs already, the specs didn't change that much, so you really wouldn't expect such a dramatic change in the forged disc, which is kind of an important part of these tops. So anyway, but we'll look at the profile sideways. Of course, the square one seems to be also thicker, even though according to the chart, it's supposed to weigh this one. What was it? This one weighs more than this. So anyway, if you believe that, okay. But yeah, definitely the D2 one looks a lot more aggressive. A little more standard since it's, but way more aggressive. Okay. Alright, next, the performance tips. And the regular Doomscizor has a pretty standard tip, as where the D2 has this interesting gear-looking tip, where you can see it's hollow in the very center and it has these teeth all the way around it, which I'm going to guess that when those teeth touch the side of the arena, like if it gets hit or it leans, that those catch and kind of propel the top. So, yeah, kind of interesting. Anyways, I think it looks cool. It really goes with the top, and it kind of has the same motif going all the way down, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so let me put these together, and we'll look at them side by side. Alright, so here we go. Okay. Alright, so before we get started here, I just thought I'd give you a rundown of how this is going to happen. So I have both of the Doomscizors here, and of course I'm not going to pit these against one another because that'd be unfair since this is a higher tier top. So instead, I'm going to have both of these, one at a time, go against this, the Kirby's K2. The K2 here is a defense type, and I thought that'd be a good opponent for attack types. So these will essentially be competing against one another and to see who can better take on this. Alright, so, and since the defense type, I'm going to have him go in the center in all of our runs here. Okay, so first up, regular Doomscizor. And let's get this started. Wow, look at that. Doomscizor. Oh, so close. Okay, well, Doomscizor had it. I'm going to have to give that as a wash. An interesting wash at that, but still. That will have to go again. So, 0-0 so far. Alright, here we go. Alright, so there's a point for Doomscizor. Alright, so round 3. Wow. There you go. And Kirby's K2 comes out with the explosive defense. Okay, round 4. Alright, Doomscizor gets his second, so that's a win for Doomscizor. Doing a good job, especially against a, yeah, but let's go ahead and do one more run just to see what happens, and then, regardless, we'll move up to Doomscizor D2. Okay, so round 5, kind of a bonus round, I guess. Okay. So, alright, so K2 was able to squeak out a victory there at the final moments. So, alright, pretty interesting. Doomscizor holding up well, especially against a higher tier top. But let's go ahead and see if the D2 can get a more decisive win. Alright, so here we go. Kerbis K2 versus Doomscizor D2. Here we go. First with Kerbis K2. D2. Wow. Alright, well that was interesting. That has to be the loudest top I've used yet. Man, that thing is roaring around. Okay, well, that was definitely exciting. Let me put these all back together here. Alright, second round. Alright, well that's an obvious victory for Kerbis K2 there. Seems Mr. Doomscizor D2 spends all his time orbiting the entire arena, but perhaps you should focus some of that energy. Okay, that might be a strategy that, or what do you call it, something, a nuance that you have to get down with this kind of chaotic top. Not so much chaotic actually, just hyperactive would be the right word. Anyway, all right, here we go. Round 3. Yeah, okay. All right, so round 4 here. Okay, victory for Doomscizor D2. Interesting change in attack strategy there. Instead of the whole arena orbit, this time it kind of did this circular, mini circle, rapid fire attack type deal. All right, so round 5. There we go again. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. He actually got it. Alright, well, that's the victory for Doomscizor D2. Very interesting top. Very loud and exciting. It seems to have, as you saw, if you launch it up high, it seems to orbit the whole arena. If you drop it a little lower, then it seems to do the little mini or smaller circle attack type deal. But very fun top, and I also like the way it looks quite a bit too. So yeah, I'll keep this as one of my faves.